Hi folks, Mr. MegaManFan here. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. You know all the things to do. I'm currently on a road trip because the power is out back home and it probably won't be on again for 8 days. So I just stopped at a Half Price Books in Clive, which is a suburb of Des Moines. Found a few things. This GameStop edition of Fallout 3 Platinum Hits Game of the Year edition. I didn't even know there was a GameStop variant, but hey, what the heck? For $10 plus I got the discount thanks to my wife because she works for a university, so actually $9. And if either of these discs don't work, I'll just return it at the half price back home. But that's a good start. And Sacred 3 right here, also reasonably priced, $9. That's about what it goes for on price charting, but with the discount I got it for like $8.20 instead of $9 because it's 10% off plus tax, of course. But I find this very amusing because I was just telling somebody in comments the other day that I had Sacred 2 for the PS3 but hadn't had anything other to do with it yet than test it, and now of course with the power out I can't even play it, nor can I play these until the power gets restored. But for the non-power times I got some books because they are called half price books after all. So here's Indie Games, the complete introduction. Don't know that I need a complete introduction to indie games, but the title of the book struck my fancy just the same because indie games are something I love and support. I think they are the future of video games at this point. Don't think we should rely on AAA games to carry us forward. And we've got the new Super Mario Bros. 2 guide. They laid it out in a very interesting fashion. The artwork is Tate mode, but the actual guide is horizontal. So very interesting. And as far as I was concerned, the price was right, only $6.99. And a strategy guide for Fable, which I just picked up for Xbox not too long ago, within the last year. And I even got Fable The Lost Chapters at the same time, so it's not a mint condition, but it's used, and it's pretty good for used, so I'm happy with it at that price, plus 10% off. And last but not least, and this one I feel was a steal because I'd pay more in shipping to get it to me, a sealed, unopened Super Mario Bros. Encyclopedia. That's $20, but with 10% off, it's $18. And even the lowest new copy I could find was $20 plus shipping on eBay. So I feel like I did pretty all right with this one. I was a little surprised when I looked through my list of video game books and saw I didn't have it, but why not? And there's a few more things in the Sweetie Swag bag. Sweetie Swag, what's in the bag? Cartoon Network Block Party. That's why I'm making Ed, and Eddie references. And we also have another game that's sticking to the bag, if I can pull it out. That's So Raven. And for only $1, or 90 cents actually, why not? And last but not least, SimCity Creator for DS. So that's my haul from Half Price Books, but I'm gonna go hit another store and see what I can find. Well folks, Mr. MegaManFan here. I just made my second stop of the day at Jay's CD and Hobby, their mall location, Merle Hay Mall. And here's what I found. SpongeBob Hero Pants for 3DS. And it even has the insert in there, which I was happy to see. And we've got Def Jam Icon, which is harder to find than you would think. And this is below the price charting average, although if you shop around, you can probably find it for that price. And let's take a look at the disc real quick. Don't know if I did that with anything up till now, but this one looks okay to me. And it has the manual, which I consider to be important. Why would I want it? If it didn't have that, I want a complete copy. And speaking of which, this one's probably my favorite of the bunch. Star Ocean, The Last Hope for $10. And it is complete. although that disc is floating around in there because these spindles aren't really meant to hold 2 discs. They tried, but it's not quite, well, 3 discs actually, pardon me, but either way, I mean, they're all in here for 10 bucks. I consider that an awesome deal. I don't think it's going to be the best Star Ocean game of all time, but for that price, for all 3 discs being in there, and the manual too, to me, that's totally worth it. So now I'm going to hit up one other of their 3 locations and see what I can find there. So this is Mr. MegaManFan again. I'm at JCD and Hobby, the second of their 3 locations. This one is on Southeast 14th Street in Des Moines, and I'm gonna go see what I can find and show you what I got, if anything, when I'm through. So it seems like we're working on a law of diminishing returns here. The more places I go, the less things I find. Maybe that's a good sign to call it for today. But here are my last 2 pickups. We've got Spirit camera for 3DS, complete instructions and everything. Now that's more than the price charting average, but I'm actually okay with that considering shipping and handling and tax on eBay. It would probably be just the same, if not more. So picking it up locally sometimes is a better deal, even when you pay a little more, or it can work out to about the same. And since I got to inspect it and see it was complete, I feel like it's worth that. Speaking of which, we have Tom and Jerry's Frantic Antics in the cardboard box and in pretty good shape. It's much better than I usually see on these cardboard boxes, and I will take it out to show you. Everything is in there. The instructions, the cartridge, the whole shebang. I don't know that this is considered a classic by anyone's definition, but it's on my list as something I don't have, so for me, that makes it worth it. Here's the cartridge. I'll have to test that out once the power comes back on, but hopefully it'll work. And the instruction manual as well. Cardboard box manuals seem to almost always be black and white, but some of the clamshell ones are too, so that's fine by me. I feel like that's a pretty good haul for one day. I'm going to take my leave of beautiful Des Moines, and maybe I will stop at the other JCD and Hobby later on. It's kind of nice that this actually came in a protective sleeve, given that these cardboard ones are easily roughed up. It's nice that they actually put it in a protective box, just like the ones from Dan at Retro Protect. Maybe they even got it from him, who knows. I'm Mr. MegaManFan, and as always, thank you for watching.